Welcome back to the Titanium Maker. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about other YouTubers that I have seen and I watch, and I've come across them one way or another. But I do want to say that these all deserve a shout out, and I'm going to link their channels down below. And of course, how can you really be about the community if you don't shout out the community and all the people out there doing great stuff? Anyway, we're going to get into this. We're going to talk about it. It's no countdown. There's no order. It's just a bunch of YouTubers that I watch and I want to shout out. And we're going to do this coming up. Alright, so first on the list here is Mega J Retro, and I probably have already given him a shout out, but I do want to say that he grinds really hard on YouTube. Hits him on the right. On the left is Brian Flynn, by the way. But I want to say Mega J Retro is always telling you about the deals and the steals and all the stuff that's going on out there. And, you know, it kind of rubs it in that he has Toys R Us in Canada, but he also rubs it in how ridiculously expensive it is. Now, I do like the fact that he does go after this so hard, but he also covers Masters of the Universe and TMNT in a way that I probably never will, because I'm kind of fatigued on those lines. So I kind of tune in with him to see what's going on with those lines, so I can give a little bit of information on my channel. So thank you so much, Mega J Retro. Do a great job, and check his channel out. He's awesome. Maybe a little bit too diplomatic, if you know what I mean. Next up is Dave at Vintage Toy Rush. I also want to say this guy is into almost everything I'm into when it comes to the vintage stuff. And he is ultra into vintage. I don't really think he even has one modern item. But it's cool because he sort of mirrors my journey. He's getting stuff that I already have. And it's kind of fun watching him get it. But it's also interesting because he gets stuff that I'm still looking for. And it's fun because it's kind of a tit for tat. And also he does restorations. I believe in this video he's restoring the jackhammer, but I did watch him restore a switchblade for Mask. Did a great job. Oddly enough, it wasn't even for him, it was for somebody else. He's a really great guy, a really great dude. Doesn't put out a ton of content, but his quality is really high, and he's really going next level with his quality on his content. So Dave at Vintage Toy Rush, great job. I'll have a link down below where you can find him. Next up, we have John over here at Super Awesome Geek Show. Now, I first found him because he was the only person that really broke down Mantech and showed you all the Mantech figures, parts, and accessories. And no guide actually shows you exactly what parts and accessories go with it. He did that, and then I find him on his journey collecting vintage stuff that I've either already collected or he's got something that I'm looking for, and it's just fun to hear him explain it, his point of view, and him talk about it. It's really awesome. Of course, super ultra 80s and retro. He also talks something about the Super Awesome Comic Show, Geek Comic Show. Something along those lines. He does that also, but I think it's all on the same channel, so I will link his channel down below. But he does a great job, and I'm excited for all his videos that he puts out because it's a lot of fun. But it's also interesting because he gives you collection updates as he goes, which is still another fun aspect you don't see very many YouTubers do, is show updates to the collection. Great job. Next up, we have Matt Stryker at Ree's Retro Toys, and I think of Robin Hood and Azim, and did you give yourself this name, Matt Stryker? That is a really cool name, by the way. But he does collect, again, a lot of the same things that I collect in the vintage line, and with that, it's kind of exciting to see what he picks up. He also talks about prices. I absolutely love the fact that he's like, hey, here I am, and I think he's in Philly or something like that, but he does talk about the prices that he gets and stuff, but he goes to toy shows. That's like probably 85 to 90% is him showing a toy show, and then what he found, and then collection updates and those kind of things. I also do like his GoBots video, his Rock Lords video. He did a really good Rock Lords video, and a few other really great videos that he does. But I really like following his channel, I like following his toy hunts, and I like seeing what he's getting his stuff for in 2023, because there are deals to be had, but some of these toy shows just absolutely blow my mind. It feels like miles of massive vintage toys sealed on the card, mint in the box, and all these other things, but really amazing, and I love the content he puts out, and he's super excited about collecting, and we need that in 2023. Thank you, Matt. Keep up the good work. Oh yeah, and he also has a friend, Chad, that has absolutely every toy ever made in his collection, and I'd like to see more of that. Chad should have his own channel too. Next up, I want to talk about Standout 12. This guy is a lot of fun. He is very serious about what he does, and he does a great job, and he explains everything in really deep detail. In fact, he explains Thundercats in a deeper detail than a lot of the other people that talk about Thundercats. But we only have a bit of crossover. He does a lot of the 90s stuff, and he's kind of into some of the things I'm not into, but he's in a few things I'm into. So I kind of touch base with his channel every so often. But I first found him with these Playmates Star Trek toys because nobody really went deep into this line. There are some people that touch on it, but he goes super deep into this line. And when I bought a collection from a buddy of mine for like $70 for almost everything, I wanted to see what am I missing and what other characters are out there. And his channel was super helpful for that. But he also is helpful in a lot of other ways. And he just recently reviewed some of the Indiana Jones figures, and I found that to be extremely helpful. But I want to say Standout 12 does a great job. He's been around a long time. He might even have more subscribers than I do. He does really good work. And even though we don't really have aligned 100% interest, probably about 50-50, it's a lot of fun to watch his channel. Great job. Next, I want to talk about the other channel, Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. Now, this is Bill, and he originally, when I first found him, he had Largo on there with him, and he has a lot of other different guests that are with him. Most recently, Joneser is on there the most with him. But I first found his channel when he was talking about the Eternia, how expensive it was, and how all the different things that kind of were aspects to Eternia that everybody was dealing with. And part of the reason why Eternia is one of the lowest volume or lowest number of items that actually is for a crowdfund that actually funded. And with that, it's just kind of interesting to take his take on all this. And Bill is very down to earth, very upfront, and he just kind of doesn't hold back. And you know he's not fake, he's not lying, and that's why I kind of like his channel. He does do a lot of things that are way different than other people. He's still trying to get monetized on the platform, and it's also interesting to hear him talk about YouTube and overcoming some of the issues with it. And he's going really, really deep into the analytics and metrics, which I did right when I got monetized, so I kind of remember that phase. And with that, let's see if we can get him monetized. Bill does great work and really good dude, and all the other guests he has on there, whole lot of fun. Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures, and he's into a lot of the things that I am, so lots of fun right there. Next, I want to shout out to Kato's Collections because he does great work, and I want to say that I want to almost classify him as a Transformers collector, but then again, you really can't classify anyone as anything, can't put anyone in a pocket here. He's into a lot of different things, but Transformers, I think, is his number one. He did say recently that Star Wars is his number one originally, and I kind of understand that. I kind of understand Star Wars was something that got us into collecting. Transformers is probably more awesome, way more awesome. But he does do a lot of the Legends reviews, does a great job with the transformations, breaks it down into really, really good transformations on there. So with that, Kato does good work. But I like hearing what he says about G.I. Joe Classified and pretty much everything else that's out there. And he's branching off into some stuff that maybe I'm not going to go that deep into some of these other lines that he's getting into. But it's still fun to hear his take on them and to hear his take on pretty much everything else in the toy industry. Very chill, calm, cool, collected, and he's not really negative about anything in the toy industry. He's just a lot of fun. And Kato, great work, and keep up the good work. He recently moved, so there's going to be a kind of like a delay in future videos, but it's going to be worth it in the end. Next up, I want to talk about Trent at Radical Retro. I want to say that this guy is a lot of fun to watch because of the fact that he talks about Masters of the Universe, but he also talks about knockoffs and Remco versions that are close, and a lot of other stuff that is kind of like adjacent to Masters of the Universe. And he's one of the few people that actually talks about like really rare stuff, like Dragon Riders of the Styx and those kinds of videos. But I do like his take on all of this Masters of the Universe stuff. I believe that he only got into Origins because it was very similar to the Vintage, but then he's kind of branched off into the Revelation and the Masterverse stuff because it's just that good. I like hearing his take on all these things and seeing how his collection grows, what he adds to it. He also has another channel, which I don't remember what it's called, but he basically flips stuff, he buys stuff, he keeps what he needs and he sells the rest, tries to break even, kind of trying to support the habit with the habit, which is pretty awesome too. And he's really upfront on, kind of what he paid, what he got for it, and those kinds of things. I like hearing those kind of stories because it's inspirational for those that are out there looking at hunting to keep looking at hunting. Great job, Trent. Keep up the good work. Next, I want to talk about Jeffrey at Lyle's Figure Files. I want to say that he does really good work on his video. He did recently have some personal issues to overcome, and he overcame them very well, and he's coming back strong, and I really like that. I was wondering where did he go for a couple of months, and they came back, kind of explained it all, and it's pretty exciting. He was really all over this Black Friday sale stuff that was going on, and he does talk a lot about Marvel, which I'm not into really hardly at all, but he does talk about G.I. Joe Classified and many of the other modern stuff. He's mostly into the modern stuff, which oddly enough, the vast majority, probably 80% of my audience is more interested in modern than vintage, and I kind of understand that. So with that, I do like hearing his take on what's coming out, and he's not one of those that's going to sugarcoat it. He's not going to tell you something's great when it's not, and if he thinks it sucks, he's going to tell you it sucks. I like that in a YouTuber. Great job, Lyle's Figure Files. Keep up the good work. Keep it going. So next on the list, I've got Jay Bartlett here, and I want to say that he's another one that is right in the same pocket as me, collecting the 80s stuff, and it's fun to watch what he comes up with, what he finds. I believe he's in Canada. I believe that, but it doesn't really matter because he finds all this great stuff, and he reviews it, and he talks about it, and he also tells you the trials and tribulations and the challenges and what's to overcome and what he wants to work on improving and restoring and all those kinds of things. Also, he was able to pull out like his own personal childhood collection of, I think, Brave Star. I like that video. He's done a ton of videos. It's a lot of fun to watch. Friday nights, he does sort of a ranking system. I don't have a picture of that, but he does kind of rank different things, and he does that along with Chad and It's Chad, or what used to be Articulated Chad, and it's fun to watch that, be involved in. I try to get there for that live stream when I can. He has a combination of live stream videos, and he has just standard videos. But with all of this, fun to watch, great YouTuber, great content, and I really like the fact, another one, all these people I feel are honest. He's honest with his beliefs and his feelings, and I do like hearing what he's excited for that's coming up, and that's a lot of fun to hear. And also getting the take on people that are maybe in a different country, and they're collecting, and their challenges and tribulations, trials and tribulations. They're similar to ours, but they're a little bit different. Thank you, Jay. Keep up the good work. Now we're getting into toy habits, which is Michael and the Toy Sorcerers. They are all over, I think, TMNT and Motu, and then G.I. Joe Classified, and a few other lines, but those are the three, I think, big ones they hit hard all the time. They also have a web page that you can go to. They do some amazing screenshots. They pretty much show you everything going on in a moment shot, and they keep up with the news really fast. And in fact, I mean, the news breaks, and 4 minutes later, they got a video breaking it all down, it seems like. But really good job. I don't know how they could do this stuff as fast as they do. In fact, I don't even see it on like Toy Arc yet, and they've already got a video out. So it's pretty impressive, pretty amazing. But I do like hearing both of their takes, and it's really interesting to hear what they have to say about what's going on out there in the community. And with that, they might even, I don't even look at the subscriber count on all of these. They probably have more subscribers than I do and more views and all that. But I do watch them, and I want to give them a shout out. Great job. Keep up the good work, Michael and Toy Sorcerers. And I also want to talk about Influence's Interest. This is a very interesting channel, and he's kind of an up-and-comer coming along, and I do see that he seems to have his hand in pretty much everything going on in Transformers. He is definitely a super deep Transformer collector, has some great opinions about what's going on in the community, and he does reviews, and he also talks about different scales and brands. Mostly I think that he's super into the Masterpiece, which I gotta say a lot of people are breaking away from Masterpiece, and he's diving deeper into it, which is a lot of fun too. But I like hearing his take, and if he's got a video, I will check it out about a new figure because I like his opinion. I like to hear what he says, and if he breaks something, he'll tell you he broke it. If he struggles with something, he says he struggles with it. If he finds a way to fix it, he'll say it also. So great job. Influencers interest. Keep it going. All right, so let me know what you think about these other YouTubers that are out there. Have you seen or heard of any of these? Will you check some of them out? And who else is out there that I would be interested in that are falling sort of in this pocket of interest that I have? Because I would love to check them out. I know there's a lot of great content creators out there that are yet to be discovered, and I'm here to help with that, but I'm also here to look for that. So let me know in the comments below, and I plan to make another one of these videos in the future, hopefully the near future. Hopefully I can get a new list of new people I just found and put them on this. Like, subscribe, and Tydirium Hanger out.